Yeah. Shalom Habarim. Welcome, friends, guests, visitors. Imagine being so wealthy that you actually have the ability to provide a perfect life and a perfect future for yourself and everybody else forever. This is actually what we have. And I'll explain to you how and why what I'm telling you is the absolute truth. It's because of having what could be classified as certain very important blessings or good things in life that come from the life giver and that give us the ability to make things a certain way in life. And it's basically wisdom and the ability to live as a master of your life and your destiny, and to live, peacefully, blessed, happy, wise, healthy, and wealthy, and secure forever. Okay, this is a real thing. This exists. Think of it as being a philanthropist. Okay, a philanthropist who is so wealthy that he can literally provide everybody, everywhere, forever, with a perfect life and a perfect future. And I'm talking about a good life, a peaceful life, a legitimate life, where you live a godly life to a certain degree, right? Just keep it 100, keep it clean, keep it fit, and be happy and be blessed and just have the most beautiful journey and adventure there is permanently. And also enjoy absolutely permanent and steady and even steadily increasing health, wealth, and security. And above and beyond all of that, enjoy the ability to live as a master of your life and your destiny. To be able to manifest your good destiny more than just a good future sort of a state or an ending of, some thing that has a beginning. Rather, your destiny and your life is good right now. You see, what there is right now, this is your destiny. This is already it. Oftentimes, if I were to say, master your life and your destiny, you might think that it's, about working toward a future event ultimately. Well, it is, yet I realize that my life and my destiny is a good one, and it's even good right now. It is. This is great. In fact, it doesn't really get any better than this. Even now, to be able to go out into nature, to be healthy, to be wealthy, to be happy, to be wise, to have security, to have certainty that everything is good as it is, as good as it gets, and that everything will work good, that's really good. That's really, really good. And that's how it should be, basically speaking, all the time, even as a minimum standard. Now, how is this minimum standard actually guaranteed? It's guaranteed by yourself with God's help or with universal support, in that you always keep a certain amount of self-discipline. And you just simply live in harmony with the cycles of life as much as possible. What happens? Your life is as good as it possibly can be all the time, and increasingly is thus. Now, these are real facts that I'm sharing with you. These are real things. This is the truth. And you see, it's almost like somebody who's a master tailor who can make you a pure bespoke suit and shirts and everything, and it just fits you absolutely perfectly. Okay? It just fits you absolutely perfectly. It's because this person has skill and proficiency, experience, knowledge and competency and operational capability that is the real thing. Okay, you're a seasoned expert. You're an experienced expert. Okay, so what I'm telling you all is the truth. And I think that every human being everywhere should know this, is that you should learn self-mastery and live as a master of your life and your destiny. You have to. Because there's no way around the fact that all of us, we shape our future and our destiny, our life every day. We determine it. You do. And even if you don't determine, you still are determining. So what we have to do is have a little bit of prudence so that what happens is everything is always arranged in a very good way and it works in a very good way and it leads to a very good life sustainably and permanently. And if I were to get into this subject of security now, there's a level of security that cannot be breached by anybody except yourself if you become lazy or foolish. Lazy or foolish. I don't even like to say these words, yet I have to say them to communicate a certain truth and some information. So picture this, a man of God so wealthy that he can actually provide a perfect life and a perfect future for everybody for all of time, forever. And how would you do that? I would say, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Praise Him. In the beginning was wisdom. The beginning of wisdom is a fear of God. So the beginning of wisdom is a fear of God. Good understanding to all the practitioners. Okay. And then wisdom is a principal thing. Therefore get wisdom. And with all that getting, get understanding. Okay. As a beginner. And there's more, yet for the masses at this point, that's about all you need to know to get started with self-mastery. Now, as I did say, the beginning of wisdom is a fear of God. One has to have a respect for the Creator and His creation and so on. And that's basically, humans have that, generally speaking. And remember, the greatest miracles can be accomplished with wisdom. If you have wisdom and you're ungodly, it isn't going to work. So you do have to be somewhat, shall we say, legitimately inclined. One has to be legit to a certain degree so that anything at all works. What I'm saying is that the ungodly, you're not getting anywhere. You do have to be, say, minimally, sufficiently oriented and inclined toward righteousness. And even if that, so how do I put that into comprehensible terms? Pretty much every human being everywhere, there's 7 laws of Noah. Look up the 7 laws of Noah. Then you've got the 10 Commandments. Okay. Then you've got, there's more, but for the masses at this point, the most logical and the safest thing to do is seek to stick to the 7 Noahide laws. Because, see, what I'm saying is that you can be the wisest person on earth, but if you're not blessed, then it doesn't work. So, almost like we reap what we sow. So there is a basic, because, see, the beginning of wisdom is a fear of God, okay? So you got to have some respect for, let's just say for the life giver and for your fellow human beings and creatures, right? You got to be somewhat legit. Because, see, look, you can shovel your own grave, People can shovel their own graves, too. Think about this. The more, it's like piloting the fastest fighter jet there is, the mightiest weapons there are. It's like there's a lot more that can happen at this rate. And so it's almost like driving the biggest, heaviest vehicle there is. There's a lot more momentum involved, and it takes a long time to stop. And there's a lot of ground you can cover and a lot of things you can accomplish, and there's also a real big crash that you can have happen if you don't operate right. So it's like the higher the power, the more the responsibility and the capability and the potential consequences, either positive or negative. I know how to do things that I can do really good things, and I can do other things that I'd rather not even think about. And in the blink of an eye, because of, it's like, with wisdom, you can accomplish a lot. It's not even the case that, you can only accomplish miracles. You can also you can accomplish disasters too. But having discernment and prudence is what makes it so that it's miraculous, okay? So you're miraculously managing your life. Your life is a miracle. It's great. And it stays that way because you keep it a certain way, with a little prudence all the time. And so what happens, you can see this over time, with a certain amount of prudence over time. Sometimes if you look in retrospect, you see just how good it all works. So it's almost like you're always applying a little bit of this discipline of self-mastery in your life. You actually really see just how good everything, I think about this. It's like the best things just come out of nowhere. And you see this then in retrospect a lot. So while you're looking at things ahead of you and objectives that are legit and life's goals, you can accomplish those, yet sometimes you really see the magnitude of how miraculous the Creator's handiwork and guidance in your life, and also how your mastery and process of self-mastery is actually going, and how good it's actually going when you look in retrospect, because that way you can sort of see your progress. It's like if you compare yourself to where you were a year ago and where you are now, and you realize, wow, those are some massive gains that have happened. Those are some massive benefits. Those are some massive blessings. That's even better than I thought. So you see this in retrospect sometimes. Now, in any case though, one should always keep a little discipline as one goes, because if you do that, it's like you're always arranging everything, and everything is always being arranged for you in a very good way. Something like this example of a chessboard. You always have the master move and you just win every game. It's actually how it is, but it's even simpler than that. Chess is more complicated than mastering your life and destiny, actually, because the universe is systematic. It works systematically. Life is cyclical. We have knowledge of these life cycles and how they work and what they're good for, and we can utilize them for the highest good. And so should you. And now it's time.